Let me ask you something. You sitting there watching all these tough guys, bootleggers, racketeers, killers, and you're drinking what? Water? What are we doing here? Introducing Bootlegger's Blend. The only drink that tastes like it was smuggled across 3 state lines, hidden in a coffin, and delivered by a guy named Frankie Two Fingers. This ain't your grandma's iced tea. This is bold, illegal feeling, and strong enough to make you question your life choices. You ever wonder what guys like Wallace, Higgins, Saltis, Durari were really drinking? It wasn't top shelf. It was Bootlegger's Blend. One sip, and suddenly, you trust nobody. You start talking in whispers, and you think every car outside is following you. Side effects may include paranoia, bad decisions, and calling people kid for no reason. And listen, if a guy hands you a glass and says, "Don't ask what's in it, just drink," Bootlegger's Blend. If it burns, it's probably working. Available nowhere legally.
Machine Gun Jack Mcgurn, Al Capone's most feared hitman. A Pizzaverse Studios documentary. In association with Palermo Productions. Written by Bambi Palermo. Narrated by Vincent D'Aprio. Chicago, 1929. Snow on the sidewalks, blood on the brick, and 7 men lined up against a garage wall like they were waiting for judgment. But judgment didn't walk in wearing robes. It walked in wearing police uniforms, carrying Thompson submachine guns. This is the story of the St. Valentine's Day Massacre, the Chicago Beer Wars, Al Capone's empire, and the killer who helped turn Prohibition into a damn battlefield. He was a boxer, a bodyguard, a planner, a shooter, a ghost in a tailored suit. They called him Machine Gun Jack Mcgurn. And by the time Chicago realized what he was, it was already too late. The snow on North Clark Street. February 14th, 1929. Chicago wakes up cold, quiet, and then gunfire. Inside a plain brick garage at 2122 North Clark Street, 7 men are lined up like it's routine business. They think it's a police shakedown. It ain't. Seconds later, the room fills with Thompson fire. Shotguns roar. Bodies drop before they even hit the floor. Outside, people swear they saw cops. They didn't. This was a message. And the man behind it? Not Al Capone. The man behind it was his ghost. Machine Gun Jack Mcgurn. The boy from Sicily. Before the suits, before the guns, there was a kid named Vincenzo. Born in Sicily, dirt poor, tough beginnings. A mother, barely a teenager. A father chasing the American dream. Then the move. Ellis Island, Brooklyn. New names, new life. He becomes Jack. Not a killer yet. Just another immigrant kid trying to survive. Brooklyn to Chicago, harder streets. Brooklyn was rough. Chicago? Chicago was war. The family relocates to Little Italy thinking they'll find safety. Instead, they land right in the middle of extortion, gangs, and blood feuds. That's where Jack learns the truth real fast. You don't survive by being nice. You survive by being tougher than the next guy. The boxer with fast hands. Jack finds the gym. And the gym saves him, at least for a while. He's quick, smart, natural talent, becomes a standout boxer. Takes the name Battling Jack Mcgurn. And for a minute, it looks like he might make it out clean. No gangs, no blood, no headlines. Just fists, discipline, and a way out. The murder that changed everything. Then it happens. His stepfather, his real father in Jack's eyes, is gunned down. Extortion. Refusal to pay. Wrong decision. Dead man. That's it. That's the moment. The switch flips. Jack doesn't cry about it. He doesn't go to the cops. He makes a promise. He's gonna find them. And he's gonna end them. Enter the underworld. Jack walks into the Circus Cafe crew. No ceremony, no speeches. Just work. Beatings, collections, protection. Then guns. And once he picks up a gun, forget about it. He's not just good, he's surgical. Vengeance, one by one. He finds the 3 men who killed his stepfather. And over 8 days, they disappear. No witnesses. No details. Just whispers. Whatever Jack did, it was bad enough that nobody even wanted revenge. That's when Chicago realizes, this guy ain't normal. The right hand of Capone. Jack gets noticed. Not by nobodies. By Al Capone himself. Same Brooklyn roots, same hunger. Capone brings him close. Jack becomes the shadow. Bodyguard, planner, executioner. And more important than all that, he thinks. Jack don't just pull triggers. He plans wars. The Chicago Beer Wars. Prohibition turns Chicago into a battlefield. Bombings, shootouts, drive-bys, bodies every week. North Side versus South Side. Capone versus Moran. And in the middle of it all, Jack Mcgurn, running strategy like a general. Less chaos, more precision. Less noise, more bodies.
You ever have one of those days? You line up 7 guys in a garage, things get a little messy. Next thing you know, the whole city's talking, the papers are screaming, and your shoes, forget about it. Ruined. Well, don't worry. Introducing Capone's Clean Getaway Service. The #1 solution for, let's call it, unexpected situations. We clean it. We move it. We make it disappear like it never even happened. Blood on the floor? Gone. Shell casings everywhere? Not your problem. Witnesses? Hey, we'll handle that. Our professional team arrives dressed as law enforcement, so the neighbors don't ask questions. They just mind their business like good citizens. And our signature package? The Valentine's Special includes one discreet arrival, one efficient cleanup, and one believable story for the papers, all wrapped up before lunchtime. Call now and we'll even throw in a complimentary alibi. That's right, you weren't even there. You were at a hotel all day with a very convincing story. Capone's Clean Getaway Service. Because in this town, it's not about what happened. It's about what they can prove. Operators are standing by, probably with gloves on. Capone's Clean Getaway Service is not responsible for federal investigations, rival retaliation, or sudden changes in leadership. Side effects may include increased notoriety, paranoia, and permanent relocation to Florida.
The rise of a legend. Jack builds a crew. Killers, specialists, professionals. He creates systems, lookouts, alibis, escape routes. Leaves guns at crime scenes like signatures. Starts thinking like military, not street. That's what made him different. That's what made him dangerous. The hunt on his head. Now he's too good. So everybody wants him dead. Ambushes, shootings, close calls. He gets hit. He survives. And from that hospital bed, he starts planning something bigger. Something final. The plan for Valentine's Day. This wasn't a hit. This was theater. Fake cops, stolen car, perfect timing. Multiple alibis. Even his girl plays a role, the blonde alibi. Everything staged. Everything clean. Everything calculated. Jack wasn't just killing men. He was ending a war. The St. Valentine's Day Massacre. February 14th, 1929. 10:30 a.m. 7 men. One wall. Zero chance. Tommy guns rip through them like paper. In under a minute, it's done. No chaos, no survivors. Just silence. And blood pooling on the floor. Chicago would never be the same. Too famous to survive. The problem with being the best? People start recognizing you. Press, police, public. Jack becomes a headline. And in that life, fame is a death sentence. You can't be a ghost if everybody knows your face.
The Midwest. Where the corn grows tall, the winters are brutal. And sometimes the guys running the local trucking company know a little more about business than they should. For decades, from Chicago to Milwaukee to Kansas City and Omaha, certain gentlemen in nice suits handled problems quietly, very quietly. And now, you can bring that same heartland problem-solving tradition into your own home. Introducing the Midwest Mob Problem Solver Kit. The only household product inspired by the legendary operations of the American Midwest. Inside every box you'll receive, the Union Hall negotiation table. Perfect for discussing contracts, debts, or who exactly forgot to pay their gambling tab. The Cornfield Privacy Guarantee. Because sometimes certain conversations require a very quiet location. The Teamster's Timekeeper Stopwatch. Used to measure exactly how long it takes someone to suddenly remember the truth. And of course, the Midwest Ledger of Favors. Because around here, nobody forgets who owes who. But wait, there's more. Order today and we'll include the Emergency Alibi Generator, Midwest Edition. Spin the dial and instantly receive classic excuses like, I was at the bowling league. I was helping my cousin move snow. I was at the church fish fry. Or the Midwest Classic. I don't know nothing about that. Thousands of satisfied customers from Chicago to Kansas City agree. Sometimes problems don't require lawyers. Sometimes they just require the Midwest Mob Problem Solver Kit. Available now. Exclusively from Pizzaverse Studios and Palermo Productions. Because when things get complicated, the Midwest has always had a way of keeping things nice and quiet.
The fall from power. Capone goes down. The heat rises. New bosses take over. Jack? He's yesterday's news. No protection, no respect. Just a guy who knows too much and talks too much when he drinks. That's a bad combination. Valentine's Day again. February 15th, 1936. 7 years after the massacre. Jack walks into a bowling alley. Gets handed a Valentine's card. Cute joke. Then the guns come out. Shots fired. Execution style. Same way he did others. Poetic? Yeah. Also brutal. The legacy of Machine Gun Jack. He dies at 33. Broke. Alone. Feared, but not protected. At the funeral, almost nobody shows. That's the life. That's the truth. He built a legend with bullets, and the same world erased him just as fast. Machine Gun Jack Mcgurn rose out of immigrant hardship, boxing gyms, dock labor, and personal vengeance. But revenge is a door, and once Jack walked through it, there was no coming back. He helped build Capone's empire with bullets, discipline, and military precision. He survived ambushes, assassination attempts, police pressure, and public infamy. But in the end, the same world that made him feared also made him disposable. That's the old lesson, folks. In the life, you can be useful, you can be feared, you can even be legendary. But once you become a liability, the people who used to toast you start pretending they never knew your name. Machine Gun Jack died, broke, drunk, and alone in a bowling alley. Not with a crown. Not with an army. Just 2 bullets in the back of the head and a Valentine's card nearby. That's not poetry. That's Chicago. Moral. The moral of Machine Gun Jack Mcgurn's story is simple. Violence may build a reputation, but it never builds a future. Jack had talent, discipline, intelligence. He could have been a champion. Instead, he became a weapon. And weapons don't retire easy. They get used, passed around, feared, and eventually destroyed. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the blood-soaked back alleys of Prohibition-era Chicago, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to Pizzaverse Studios, and ring that notification bell. Because around here, we don't just tell history. We dig it up, shake it down, and make it talk. And trust me, sweetheart, history's got a lot of bodies buried. Thank you for watching this Pizzaverse Studios documentary in association with Palermo Productions. Your support keeps these stories alive, these names remembered, and these forgotten corners of history from getting swept under the rug by people who'd rather keep things nice and tidy. But we don't do tidy here. We do truth. We do legacy. We do the whole damn story. This has been Machine Gun Jack Mcgurn, Al Capone's most feared hitman. Written by Bambi Palermo. Narrated by Vincent DiPrio. We'll see you in the next one. And remember, in Chicago, the snow didn't cover the blood. It only made it easier to see. Jack Mcgurn, the pretty boy with a body count. Look at this guy, could have been a movie star. Instead, he chose to solve problems with a Tommy gun. Started as a boxer, ended as one of the most efficient killers in Chicago. Quiet, disciplined, and about as forgiving as a tax audit. Built his reputation on precision. Lost it when he got too famous to stay invisible. Al Capone, the boss who smiled for the cameras. Big Al, the man, the myth, the PR genius. Handed out soup with one hand, ran a criminal empire with the other. Loved attention, loved power, and loved guys like Mcgurn, who handled the dirty work while he kept his hands looking clean. Bugs Moran, the guy who almost got. Tough, stubborn, and somehow always one step away from getting clipped. Ran the North Side crew and spent years trading bullets with Capone. Missed the massacre by pure luck, which, in that line of work, counts as genius. Tony Accardo, the quiet one who outlived everybody. They called him Big Tuna, which sounds friendly until you realize this guy ran the outfit for decades without catching heat like the others. Learned from guys like Mcgurn, but stayed smart enough not to end up face down in a bowling alley. Frank Nitti, the guy who cleaned up after Capone. Didn't have Capone's charm or Mcgurn's flash, just had control. Took over when things got messy and made sure loose ends stayed. Real quiet. If Mcgurn talked too much near the end, yeah, you can connect those dots yourself. Jaime Weiss, the one even Capone didn't like messing with. Mean, fearless, and basically the only guy who made Capone nervous. Took the war straight to him, no games, no hiding. That kind of attitude? Yeah, it don't come with a long life expectancy.
The MobTube Voodoo Doll. Stick it, twist it, and watch the clown cry on livestream. Yo, listen. You ever watch MobTube for more than 5 minutes and think, sweet mother of marinara, these jabronis need a reality check and a wellness check? Well, forget about it, baby. We made the solution. What is it? A hand-stitched, ethically sourced, pizza-verse-anointed voodoo doll designed specifically for the crybaby keyboard gangsters of MobTube. Looks just like one of them. Receding hairline. Cigarette glued to the lip. Shirt from 1998. Ego bigger than their subscriber count. Built-in whining sound effect if you squeeze it too hard. Perfect likeness. I'm telling you, uncanny. Features. Erstens stress relief pins. Color-coded because we classy. Red pin for when they lie on live stream. Blue pin for when they cry about trolls. Green pin for the moment they say, yo, I know real guys in the life. Gold pin, the instant they threaten legal action, then go live 6 minutes later. Twin, MobTube meltdown mode. Stick the doll in the ribs. He goes live. Stick it in the head. He posts his screenshots. Stick it in the butt. He blames the haters. Realistic as hell. 3. Soundboard of shame. Press the belly and it yells classics like, "You're jealous of me." I know a guy who knows a guy. My ex, my ops, my trolls, everybody's obsessed with me. I'm calling the cops. High quality audio, slightly nasal. Optional upgrade. The Content Creator Hex Kit comes with a candle that smells like old motel carpets, a notebook filled with excuses, a plastic badge for pretend tough guy moments, a pair of sunglasses for crying indoors, customer reviews, stars when so Big Frank from Bayonne stuck a pin in the foot and the guy went live complaining about toe pain. This thing's accurate. Stars, Angie from Staten Island. Put the doll on my dashboard and suddenly 3 MobTube clowns started fighting each other. Magic. Perfect for stress relief. Comedy. Ritual dejabronification. Making fun of grown men who live stream like teenagers. The MobTube voodoo doll message because some people don't need enemies. They are the enemy.
When I go into that ground, I won't go quietly. I'm bringing my crown. When I go into that ground, oh, they gotta bury me face down. From the rubble, what do I see? There's a whole damn army thinking that they're gonna harm me, saying that I'll never get free. Oh, I got troubles, they won't let me be. But I won't get tired, set the town on fire till my troubles got trouble with me. Thinking that they've won, it's only just begun. When I go into that ground, I won't go quietly. I'm bringing my crown. And when I go into that ground, oh, they gotta bury me face down. I've been on the run since I was a boy, but now I'm done running. Got another thing coming, watch my enemies get destroyed. Oh, I got troubles of more than one kind, but I never sleep. sleep, gotta bury me 6 feet deep where the sun don't shine. Thinking that they've won, it's only just begun. When I go into that ground, I won't go quietly, I'm bringing my crown. And when I go into that ground, oh, they gotta bury me face down. I've been counted out, left for dead, wanted with a bounty on my head, but somehow, someway, I'ma keep moving